Makhaira Aquamarine is brand new 4-star Claymore on patch 3.1. Is it good? It has low base attack for Claymore and Elemental Mastery as its substats, which means it is probably good for animo characters. The effect itself is kinda unique. The equipping character gets 24% of your Elemental Mastery as bonus attack, and the other characters get 30% of the boost. Assuming you have 1000 Elemental Mastery, the equipping character gets 240 attack, which is nice, but the other non-equipping characters only get 72 attack, which is very small. However, the interesting thing is you can stack the effect. So if you bring 4 Claymore users and all of them using this Greatsword, you get quite a nice boost if they all have high Elemental Mastery. But I don't think that will be a good idea. How does it compare to Rainslasher? The Rainslasher has the exact same stats and substats as Makhaira Aquamarine. The effect is pretty straightforward, increasing damage by 20% when the enemy is affected by Hydro or Electro, which is easier to take advantage of. But as you know, Rainslasher is one of the most underused weapon in the game because it seems the substats and effects do not synergize well. It's kinda same for Makhaira Aquamarine. I can only think one character that can utilize this weapon to the fullest, and that is Sayu. First, she is an animo, and most animo characters are built based on their Elemental Mastery for swirl damage, so the substats is useful for her. Second, her passive talent makes Elemental Mastery increase her healing. Her healing power is also scaled by her attack stats, so the bonus attack you get from the weapon effect is useful for her healing. This is even greater when you have C6 Sayu. With these things in mind, I can say that this weapon is one of the best Claymore for Sayu. Remember that being S tier doesn't mean this is the best weapon for her. Many players are gonna still prefer like Sacrificial Greatsword because Sayu has quite long cooldown and high energy burst requirement. With that being said, I think this weapon is not good for current Claymore users. There are not many characters in this list who need Elemental Mastery that much. That's the reason why Rainslasher is named as Slasher and one of the most underused weapon in the game. By the way, if you build Claymore users in B tier with Gilded Dreams and focus on Elemental Mastery stats, then they may become A tier. But that's kind of forcing it, isn't it? I can only give this weapon 6 out of 10 for now, but based on the trend, I believe in the future we are gonna get more characters that will utilize Elemental Mastery more. This may even become one of the best Claymore for Dia later. If it turns out to be true, I believe this is gonna be featured one more time. With that in mind, I don't think you should get this Claymore at this point. As for Sayu, there are other Claymores you can use. I will talk about it in her review video, so make sure you subscribe to know when it is up. Like the video if you find it useful, and see you in the next Genshin Impact video.